The morning was supposed to be different. The sun filtered softly through the curtains, and for once, the house felt hopeful. Today was Annika's interview, her first real chance at a job she had worked years for. Her documents were neatly arranged, her clothes ironed, her mind repeating answers she had practiced endlessly. This day mattered. To her future. In the kitchen, however, the old tension was already awake. "You could at least wish her luck," the mother said sharply, stirring tea. "I will," the father replied, "after you stop controlling everything." Annika paused outside her room. She didn't want to listen, but she always did. "You think I enjoy worrying?" the mother snapped. "I've handled this house alone while you—" "Here we go again," the father interrupted. "Today also. Can't you stop for one day?" Their voices rose. Annika clutched her file closer. Inside her room, the mirror reflected a girl, trying to look confident, while her hands trembled. She stepped into the living room. "Please," she said softly, "can we not fight today?" Both parents looked at her. For a moment, there was silence. Then, "This is because of you," the father said, turning to the mother. "You put pressure on her, and you don't support her at all." The mother shot back, "You only criticize." The argument exploded. Not whispers anymore. Not pauses. Sharp words. Old complaints. Blame collected over years. Annika stood between them, invisible. "I have an interview," she said again, louder this time. "I need to leave." Neither heard her. "You never believed in her," the mother said, "and you never let her breathe," the father replied. The fight turned personal, ugly, the kind that digs up everything buried. Annika felt something break inside her chest. This interview wasn't just about a job. It was about escape. About proving she could stand on her own, but standing there, listening to the people she loved most tear each other apart because of her made her feel small, guilty, heavy, her eyes filled with tears. She bent down quietly, picked up her shoes, and slipped them on. No one noticed. She picked up her bag. Still no one noticed. At the door, she turned back. "I'm leaving," she said, her voice shaking. The parents paused mid-argument. The mother looked at her face-red eyes, trembling lips. Annika, but it was too late. Annika opened the door and stepped outside. The tears came immediately. She walked fast, wiping her face, afraid someone might see her. The street looked normal, people buying vegetables, children going to school, life moving on. Only hers felt like it had stopped. At the bus stop, she sat down and finally let herself cry. Not loudly, just quietly, the way she had learned to cry at home. What if I fail? What if I carry this noise into the interview room? She checked the time. She still had a chance. She closed her eyes and took a deep breath. "This is mine," she told herself, "not theirs." At home, the silence after her exit was unbearable. The mother sat down slowly. She left crying. She whispered. The father rubbed his face with his hands. "We did this," he said quietly. They had fought many times before, but never like this, never on a day that mattered so much. At the interview hall, Annika sat among other candidates. Everyone looked nervous, but her nervousness felt different. Heavier. When her name was called, her legs shook. She stood up anyway. Inside the room, she answered questions with honesty more than confidence. She spoke about her skills, her goals, her desire to work. When asked how she handled pressure, she paused, then said, "I've learned to stay focused even when things around me fall apart." The panel exchanged looks. That honesty stayed. When she walked out, she didn't know how she did, but she had done it. At home that evening, Annika returned quietly. Her parents were waiting, not arguing, just sitting. The mother stood up and hugged her tightly. "I'm sorry," she cried. "We failed you today." The father's eyes were wet. "You shouldn't have had to walk out like that." Annika hugged them both. "I just wanted one peaceful morning," she whispered. That sentence hurt more than any accusation. Days later, Annika received the call. She got the job. The house filled with happiness, but this time, quieter, more careful. Because everyone had learned something important. Children don't just carry their resumes to interviews. They carry their homes. And when parents fight on the day a child steps into the world alone, the child may still succeed, but the scars walk in with them, wearing confidence on the outside and tears hidden just beneath it.